Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta.
It is so nice to be with you again. We took a little time off, if you notice. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
So, as we always like to do, in the spirit of kindness, we hope you will join us on this journey of a chat today. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. We're so happy to be back. And as you know, if you are a regular watching our chats, thank you so much. If you're new, welcome. And we just want to remind you that if you like our video, please hit the thumb icon. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so we can keep doing these chats. We love it. And hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos. Okay, so today, what tea are we drinking? We are drinking ginger lemon, caffeine free, and the make is Tikani.
Isn't that cute? Tikani.
But it's T-T-E-E, not T-E-A.
I know, but it's such
Lemon
a good play
ginger.
of words.
Yes, caffeine free, and the ingredients are. Where are the ingredients? Oh, I'm not going to be able to read that for sure.
They're tiny.
Well, you look at it.
So let me see.
I don't think those are the ingredients.
Okay. It says that it is a quality all from one source from leaf to your cup. This is a German-based tea company.
Okay.
I love that.
That's why.
Family owned. I love that. It says, in line with today's healthy lifestyles, we offer you products which are good for you and that have superior taste. So we're grateful that they did that. All from one source, finest ingredients. And then what they do, they take the leaves, and I guess they mix it with they have little pictures. They're like, we're not going to talk, we're just going to give you pictures. And then they take it and they put it together, and they say how they combine.
Okay.
And how it goes through quality control.
Well, it'd be nice to know what ingredients are in there.
Yes.
But that's okay. Maybe it's underneath with all these words.
All these little tiny words.
But it actually smells good.
Yes.
It's ginger lemon, and when you open the pack, you can smell the ginger. So we're going to give it a little try.
Yes.
Let's smell it. Just smell it first.
Oh, that's nice. Very healthy.
Smell the ginger. All right.
Yes. I want to pump it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone. I can taste the ginger.
I sure can.
Yep, I like that. Strong ginger taste.
You know how you smell something and your essence all just say healthy. That's what this is like. This is really nice. Really nice. We're very happy. You know, sometimes we drink it and we have that look on our face because we like to be happy ladies, and we're like, I don't like this.
Oh no, we've had a few of those.
Oh my goodness. So as always, we start out by sending our thoughts and prayers to the world. You know, there's so much unrest and devastation in the world today. And, you know, on a personal note, I always try and get women and young girls to listen to us, because I believe that the power of change is in the hands of women, because we care more about survival and living than we do bottom line, I'm a billionaire. Who cares? If you went out and a truck hit you, who cares? If you make contributions to the world, we know it'll be a better place. And the war unrest is just proliferating. It's going from country to country to country. It's starting to separate the world into the have and the have-nots. I want to be in charge, and I will be in charge even if I have to take you out to be in charge. And it's like, I don't know if their mommy didn't hug them when they were young, because that's a sad state of affair. So our prayer is for women to, you don't have to tell anybody, just silently hold in your consciousness, I want a better world for my children. How about we just do that? And we manifest it into reality.
I like that.
All right, that's what we're going to work on. That's what we're going to work on. Okay, so the winner of The Voice, a young lady, her name is Gina Miles, And it was Blake's last season, and they did it up the last show. I used to always wonder, what is in that cup? Because Blake, everybody would have a cup, and Blake would have two.
Yeah.
And he would make jokes about how, you're just making fun of me because I'm drunk. And I'm like, is it real or is it Memorex? You just never know.
We don't know. We will never know.
No.
We're just guessing. And I
Yes.
think that it's just all show, and
Yes.
it's not even anything. I bet you it's just tea or water or something.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure at a time in his younger age, he would throw him back. I don't think he would throw him back while he's working. I really don't.
Think
So it was his last show. Unfortunately, he wasn't the last winning coach. Niall was the winning coach.
I guessed as much, and my son said that Niall's
Yes.
team is someone's gonna win from his team, and I was like, I don't know about that, because halfway
Yeah.
through I thought that
Chance the Rapper.
Rapper was, because
Yes.
he had. I really like the one guy,
Yes.
the African American guy. I
Oh,
forget
yeah.
the name. He was
DJ
really,
Smooth.
He was
He
good.
was- and
No,
he
DJ Smooth was in Kelly's team.
Yes, he came in third though.
Yes, but I wanted the one guy from
Yes.
Chance the Rapper's team who was
Yes.
so amazing to win.
Yes.
But the only thing that I'm glad about is that the Sorrell sisters did not win.
Yes.
Did
Yes.
not win, because I'm like, I really cannot have them. I did not like them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
Didn't like them.
No, it's good to have an opinion. I love that. For me, I didn't know that much about Chance the Rapper because I listen to clean rap music, but I'm not a rap music fan person because most of the time it's kind of negative.
No, I'm not either.
And-
I'm more hip hop.
Yes. And so when I heard the name Chance the Rapper, I just put him in that rapper category. And watching The Voice, I've taken him back out of that category. I think he's a brilliant young man. I think that, I had heard about his contributions to his community. So I knew he was a good man at heart. I just, that wasn't my category of
Right.
music. However, he did a great job coaching.
Oh, he did. I
You
hope
know?
I don't think he's coming back next season, and nor is Niall. Because
Yeah, well,
I
I
heard it's
know
going to be
Lee-
Gwen Stefani's coming.
What's her face is coming too. What is
Who's
it?
it?
Kelly's.
Reba.
Yeah, Reba McEntire.
and
Oh,
also
yeah.
Gwen.
Yeah, Kelly's ex-mother-in-law is going to be on the show.
And then Gwen, and it's really weird because Gwen comes in and out whenever she wants.
Right.
Like, when they can't find anyone, they'll have
they'll
Gwen
throw
come
her
in.
back in.
Why can't they just find someone different? I mean, has she
There's
ever
a
won?
lot.
I don't even know. I think she's
I know
only
she's
won
come close.
Has she won one time? I think, or maybe not. Never won. I don't even
Yeah,
remember.
and it used to always be a joke between her and Blake. So Blake won't be there for her to, steal, people from. But
Yeah.
Kelly will be there. So that'll be
So it'll
interesting.
be Kelly, Reba, Gwen, and one more person. Needs to be 4 judges.
Yeah.
So I forget who it is.
I don't think it's all women. Could you imagine a season of all women?
Oh yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Maybe
Maybe.
Niall is staying, or maybe Chance the Rapper's staying. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Haven't heard who the fourth 2024 judge is yet, but we'll keep you informed. And then, and like I said, Grace West came in second. DJ Smooth, that young man he was singing during the finales, and he's a kid, and he's singing, and he takes the microphone and he moves it across, and as he did that, the sounds that came out were, Niles leaned back, Chance the Rapper, he's like, that's not what we rehearsed. It was just so beautiful, because I didn't realize this during the rehearsals, the judges can come in and listen. So that when they perform live, if they mess up, that's how they know.
That was DJ Smooth, was Kelly's.
Yeah, he was
person.
Kelly's guy. Yeah, but Chance was like, I didn't expect that. So that was really good. And Novice was in 4th place. So that was that. And then American Idol, I resonated with this young man from the first time I saw him. I just love the Tongan family culture, how it's all about love and nurture. And for him to want to honor his dad, and I'm talking about Iam Tongi. I mean, he could just sit there and just strum that little guitar, and I would start crying, and I'd go, "What's wrong with you?"
He made it so every
Look,
song
effortless.
touched every bone
Yes.
in your body. He related to that song. Like some people, they sing a song, but the words don't really resonate with
Yeah.
me. It's just like they're just singing for the sake of singing.
Right.
Like I would see one of the contestants, and it's a sad song, but they'll be smiling.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you smiling when it's a sad song? Even
Yes.
the one girl that was on, who was it that sang? I don't know if it was The Voice. Now I'm getting mixed up, but there was one lady that sung the Journey song. Was it Voice or American Idol? Now I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
And she was smiling.
Yeah, because she was just singing the
And
song.
I was
She
like,
wasn't
this is
feeling
meant
it.
to be an emotional song.
Yeah.
And you're smiling. So I really liked Ian Tongi, and I really wish that Wei Ani was part of
Yes.
the final, the last three.
Yes, I do
Because she was it was very well deserved,
too. Yes.
and I hope she gets something out of this,
I
like
do
a record deal or something coming down the pipes.
The thing about her was when she would talk, she'd sound like this. And then she would go into that song voice and she would just grab you. And I mean, one thing I will say, the voice talent this season
Was the best by far.
was amazing. I mean,
Next season, they're not going to be able to find as many.
even
great
Lionel,
talent.
he's like American Idol. He goes, this is hard because they had to start voting off really good people early.
But did you notice that this season they rushed it? It was too
Yes.
rushed. It was
Yes.
all of a sudden you're like 24 down to 12,
Yeah.
down to 6, down to 5, down
I
to
mean,
3.
it was just,
It was just too
normally
rushed.
it takes a season, and this time it just felt like they were trying to hurry up and get it done.
Usually it takes over many, many weeks.
Yes.
And this time it was already the finals. I'm like, this is it?
I mean, we've never gone from 24 to 12.
Yeah.
That was fast.
That was
fast.
But Ian Tongi will keep an eye out
Yes.
on what he does in the future. And I know that they win some kind of cash, right?
Yeah.
And they win a record deal.
Yes.
So I'm hoping he makes something out of it. So
Me too.
we'll keep an
I
eye on
hope it's
that.
going to
yeah.
be wonderful. And last night, American Got Talent kicked off the new season. So just in case any of you didn't watch it, we're going to keep it kind of high level. There was a little boy, and he was like, I think he was 7 or 9, one of those. And, he was just a cute little kid, and he opened his mouth, and Simon leans back and closes his eyes, and then he tells the little boy, he says, "Can you sing that last melody without the music?" And he's like, "Mm-hmm." He's a kid.
How old was he?
He's a baby, like I said. I think he was either 7 or 9.
Oh, wow. That's young. Right.
But the voice coming out of him was like a Luther Vandross voice.
Wow.
So he re-sings the song a cappella. And he got a standing ovation.
Okay, well, I have not watched it yet. I'll be watching it tonight because
Yes.
I recorded it.
And then we'll talk more about it next week. The one other thing, there's lots of good stuff that happened. They've got a magician. So I don't know if many of you remember, there was a young woman, her name was Jane, and she had her haircut was very short. And she had been battling life challenges. And remember Songbird? So there was an African choir who paid tribute to her by singing that song. I want you to go and watch it, and we'll talk about what happened next week. Next week.
Yeah.
All I can tell you right now, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. So that's our little for you for today. So as you all know, if you're in the United States of America, we're concerned about the debt ceiling and the fact that our government can't seem to come together to work out a situation. Once again, children, millennials, Gen X, hear my voice. Vote. I know, I was there too. At one point in my life, I'm like, I'm only one vote. My vote won't make a difference. Yes, it will.
If everyone said it's only my vote, one vote, then nothing will ever get passed.
It will never change.
Yes, nothing will change.
So if you are as sick of all of the rhetoric and all of the misbehaving and the disgusting behavior of our government, We want you to join with us as we vote those people out. I remember one time there was a young girl, and it was all about gun control and why can't we have gun control? And she was talking to kids, and she says, well, let me tell you something, people. She says, I'm 18 and I can vote now, and I am going to vote and send your butt home. That's what we want to do.
I love it.
We want to make a change. We can have the things we want. We just can't let bad people keep convincing us that we can't have it. They're treating us like they do with a baby elephant. They put a chain on the baby's leg, a little chain, but the baby can't move. And even as the baby becomes a full-bored elephant, that chain is still on its leg, so it thinks it can't.
Right.
We have been almost brainwashed to believe we cannot change what's going on in our country, and we can. So let's start voting and sending some clear messages to people, because this will be the first time in history that the United States cannot fulfill its debts. And when President 45 was in office, they raised the debt ceiling 3 times. No major issue. So I want us to put people in office so we can have a new law that says this will be a business driver. Just as you and I, if we say we get a raise, we have a budget at home. We adjust our budget to either put more of the money into savings, to pay off bills. We take action accordingly. That's what the government should be doing, not playing around with our lives, not making us all feel like, well, if we let them do this, this is going to affect your 401k. If we let them do this, this is going to affect Social Security. Social Security is a separate account, and it should have nothing to do with this. And for them to say they're not going to pay our soldiers, the military, they're not going to pay the people that work for Washington, D.C., that's despicable. And the rest of the world is looking at the United States and thinking, we have cray-crays in charge of the government now. Because
we've had cray-crays and we're getting more cray-crays.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now that, things are starting to rev up for 2024 election, it's just going to become more overwhelming. However, keep your eye on the prize. The prize is for us to send bad behaving people home.
Yeah.
They got to go. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll keep sharing what information that we
And if
hear.
you have children turning the age of 18,
Yes.
by the time the election comes, please make sure they vote.
Yes. Let them see what that feels like.
Take
to
them.
count. Yes.
Take them to, because when I was volunteered
Yes.
for the election, when it was Obama and
Yes.
Trump,
Yes.
I actually was very happy to see parents taking their children when they could
Yes.
vote for the first time. They said,
Yeah.
we want them to come and experience that. So I was
Yes.
like, yes, thank you so much.
Yes. And that's what we want for you, because you don't know what it feels like until you do it. When you vote for someone and they win, or even if you vote for someone and they don't win. However, their concession speech just touches your heart and you're like, we'll get them next time.
Yep.
So let's vote, vote, vote. So I'm happy to report that there are signs that the inflation is stabilizing to a certain extent. However, interest rates are still very high. It's affecting people's mortgages and rents and, car payments and all of that. The one thing that a friend taught me a very good lesson years ago, because I was doing the typical young girl. I would make money and I would go shopping and I would spend money. And she said to me, why are you buying all this stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. We just go shopping.
Because you can afford it.
Yes.
You just got paid.
So what she did is she told me, she says, take your bills, okay? Add up all your bills and then rank them in your mind. What is most priority?
Right.
And then draw a line, like say top 5. And then everything below that line, you start paying off or eliminating. Control what's going on in your life. I want you to also be aware, next week we're going to talk about health and health issues and health consciousness and things like that. I want you to think about when you go to the store to buy foods, I know it's easy breezy just to buy crap because it's cheap. However, you have to figure out how to do organic, non-GMO items like that. We're going to talk a little bit more about that next week.
Next week we're going to talk about why and how, because a lot of people tell you these things, but they don't tell you why. So we're going to dig deeper into that instead of just the surface level. And
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You go.
A friend of mine was telling me, she made a blanket statement and she blew my mind. She said something like, well, all American products have pesticides in it. So if you're eating the bread that's coming from American wheat, you're ingesting pesticides every day. And then she starts and she's like, and not just pesticides. She goes, are your vegetables organic? And I'm like, well, yeah. And, I do the little sneaky where I wash everything in vinegar before I do anything with it anyway. But she was talking about how, some pesticides gets into the leafy green vegetables, like kale. Kale is really
Kale
dangerous.
is on the one list that is highly pesticide, along with spinach. Spinach and kale, you have to buy organic.
Yes. So we'll give you more information about that. And then hopefully we'll also start thinking from a health perspective, different types of foods that you can use for your family, because everything doesn't have to be expensive. But like me, I only buy pasta from Italy because it's from EU standards, not American standards. And then even there, she told me, she says, are they European and then shipped to the United States? Are they European designed and then created and made in the United States?
Yeah, so there's a big difference in that. So we'll go all into that in the coming weeks. But talking about finance, I want to share with you a really good series on Netflix.
Okay.
If you have not already heard of it or watched, it's called How to Get Rich. Please Google that or look it up on Netflix.
Okay.
And watch it. It's a series, but it's amazing because like you were talking about, like your friend said, or you said about like budgeting and everything.
Right.
There's this one expert that goes into what is a rich life. What does a rich life look like? And it's a reality show, but it talks about real people. It's not a reality show like Kim Kardashian show or the Housewives of Atlanta or something. It's a real show documenting real people, and this one expert helps them in their finances and how to live a rich life and see money differently. So if you haven't already seen it, or you not heard of it, it's called How to Get Rich. Please watch it, because I'm in the middle of watching it, and it's really
I'm going to go and watch it too, so we can talk about it. And if you have watched it and you have comments, please put them in below. Let's create a conversation. Rosetta and I, we love being together, and we love sharing our thoughts with you. We would love for you to start sharing your thoughts back with us, because there's so much that's going on. And the thing that I see most missing in the world today is community. It's I got mine, you get yours. I'm not going to tell you because you could do it better than me. I'm like, oh my goodness.
People are just all for themselves lately. And we want to have this community. And we'd like to know who are the kind of people that are supporting our channel, right? Like who come and watch our chats every week. We'd like to interact with you. We'd like to, be kind to one another. And just follow up with you and say thank you so much for watching our chats. So if you have any comments, please put them below. If you have any suggestions or ideas, put them below.
Thank you. I completely agree. So a few weeks ago, we had a conversation about AI, artificial intelligence. And I made a comment at that time, I'm a little nervous because I saw the Terminator. And I know that AI can be phenomenal. To be able to take the internal organ, say the heart, let's just take the heart, and to be able to see it and manipulate it through AI, where a robotic process could improve what a human could do. That's one thing. There's the other side of the coin, where there are companies right now in the market who have AI technologies that are trying to rapidly use those technologies to make billions and billions of dollars, not to do good for people, to just be rich. So yesterday there was a article that came out, and the article was from, did I write that down? It's from the Center of AI Safety, and it says mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority, along with societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. Now, we all know about nuclear technology. We are all concerned about it. There are countries that have the capabilities. Those countries are watched very closely, okay? There are guidelines and there are regulations. AI is something like that, because AI, if it's designed like on ChatGPT, I saw a live demo last week where a person put in, I'm a holistic coach and I want a marketing plan, and I want this plan to address issues and concerns and that are detrimental to the physical body, and they hit enter and it just started ticking away. I mean, all the data, it had reference points, all of that. The issue here, and we're not there now, we just want to have regulations, so we want to make sure we start talking about it so people aren't like backdoor doing things, which we know unfortunately a lot of people do. What it is making sure that that information is honest and it's verified, because AI could grow itself to the point where you tell it to go left and it says, no, I think I should go right.
Oh God.
And if it ever goes right, then the control has shifted from man to machine. Even, I'm a Star Trek girl, even Captain Kirk, everybody, when it comes to artificial intelligence, have always said we have to be cautious. So Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI, the company that's making the most of AI right now, have all come out and said this has to be regulated. It cannot be left to our own devices. Then they came back and they said, well, what we really mean is that we have seen the future. We know how bad it can get. Let us come to you and tell you how bad it can get. And I'm like, no. We should be trying to figure out where we are today and how to circumvent us from ever getting to how bad it can be. It's not like it's going to happen tomorrow. It's just that our children and our children's children.
Well, there's always, whenever there's new technology out there,
yes,
there's always two sides to it.
Yes.
We love technology, we love AI. It's done some really great things for people, but there's always a few people that have to turn it into a negative.
Absolutely.
And that's what Gloria is talking about. So we have to know in the back of our heads, and I'm sure people working with these companies know that bad things can come from this. They just have to monitor it and make sure this is being proactive, not reactive.
Yes.
Please be proactive, not reactive, right?
Yes.
And predetermine what things could go wrong out there, so that we're not all of a sudden blindsided by certain things that pop up. That's what Gloria is trying to say.
I remember, Christopher Reeves, I love him as Superman. I thought he was just magnificent. I love Superman movies. And when he first started talking about stem cell research, people were like, And I think he actually perished before his time.
Yes.
Because he could not get people to, pay attention. I don't want us to stick our heads in the sand and go, oh, AI. I want us to openly understand what is AI and how it affects life, human life.
It can do miraculous things. I mean, it's really great for people and businesses.
Yes.
And doing some positive things. But on the flip side, there's always something negative.
Yes.
That is beyond our control sometimes.
Yes. And speaking of things that sometimes feel like it's beyond our control, we live in the San Francisco Bay Area. San Francisco is a beautiful, magnificent place. Last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, was Carnival. Beautiful carnival, people
Carnival.
With feathers and dancing in the streets.
Coming just for celebration, just having a good time.
Yes, and to be. And Union Square is downtown San Francisco, and the hotels and the stores downtown San Francisco were like premium. You know, you might have a Macy's. However, Union Square Macy's was like twice as beautiful, twice as luscious.
Especially during the holidays,
yes,
when they did all the decorations.
All the displays are just amazing. Because the crime has gotten to be so severe, people have actually started not coming to San Francisco, the tourists. And we need the tourists to come because that's what fuels the economy for San Francisco. Now, the mayor is like, well, we're going to do better. I think that it has to be more active now. This is another situation where, yeah, we have homelessness, but it's only at night. If I'm going to a play, I don't want to be somewhere where I have to worry about I'm going to die going to see a play.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to go and see plays in San Francisco. And sometimes it's unavoidable because they only show it in San Francisco. And in order to get to that particular play, you have to enter some sketchy neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
And it's getting worse and worse. But the weirdest thing is that even though it's getting worse and worse, the rent is not getting less and less.
No, it's getting higher
and higher. Like I did in the Tenderloin.
Yes.
We had to go through that area to see Hamilton.
Yes.
Then I said, who wants to live here? Then I did some Google searches. Renting there is almost as expensive as in Silicon Valley, the South Bay area, San Jose.
Yeah.
It's about $2,500.
Yeah.
But in order to get to your apartment, you have to go through those areas. And it's really sad to see that it's getting really bad to the point that nobody wants to go there. And then crime is getting worse and worse. People are stealing. Like in the news, they had Walgreens.
Yes.
So much theft that they had to shut down a lot of those Walgreens in the main San Francisco.
Need those Walgreens to be able to get their prescriptions. So a lot of them, if they can't get the prescriptions to be delivered, they have to try and find some other way of getting to it. Because if you're a senior person retired, you can't be trying to get on a bus to go across town to pick up your medication because, you could accidentally let the bag be seen and someone will hit you in the head to take your aspirin.
It's just too much crime. And then we hear that Nordstrom's and Nordstrom Rack shut down.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're not making the money that
because people aren't. I don't feel comfortable going in to.
No.
I used to love Bloomingdale, San Francisco. I mean, I went up there once and I came out of there with 4 huge brown bags. I wasn't worried about anybody knocking me in the head. Now, I don't think I would do that.
No.
I really don't.
People are not coming to San Francisco. And since the pandemic, a lot of people have left San Francisco to move out because of the crime and just the sheer increase in homelessness.
Yes.
So.
But we want to, let the tourists of the world know that San Francisco is still a booming, thriving environment, and it will be cleaned up because I think it's gotten to the point now where it's, you're going to lose the reputation because I know people who are in other parts of the world who fly into San Francisco just to hang out in San Francisco.
Well, Fisherman's Wharf is still doing well.
Yes.
Fisherman's Wharf, where else? Chinatown is still good.
Yes.
Embarcadero is still good. It's just in certain parts. It's just
Union Square. Yeah. And Union Square is the high-end part. So we know that something's going to be done. And if you know of any ideas or if you've been in San Francisco lately and you've seen things, share it with us so that we can share with everybody else.
Yep.
Okay? Because together, if we collaborate, we can make changes. I know we can.
Yes, we can.
I don't know if you've all heard, but in February, President Carter put himself in hospice care. He had decided that he no longer wanted to go through being put in the hospital and being given life-extending care because he's 98. He had a really great life. Well, today we learned that his wife, Rosalynn Carter, First Lady Rosalynn Carter, has dementia. And as I've shared with you, my mom is going through that. And it is something that I would never, ever wish on anyone. As we do our health talks, one of the things I want to do is kind of focus a little attention on what causes dementia and how
cognitive function.
Yes. How can we help?
Yeah.
To reverse some of that action.
Yeah, you can reverse. There's a lot of things you can do to
prolong,
delay it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing some research. We'd love for you to do some research and join the party with us. We just want to figure out how to help. So we send our thoughts and prayers off to the Carter family. To me, President Carter was one of the kindest, most loving presidents we ever had. He was an amazing president. And because he could not be cutthroat and all of that, he was only a one-term president because it wasn't worth the fight. I think that we as Americans, we lost a great opportunity. And, sort of along the same lines, let's start thinking about if a president can only serve 2 terms, why can other people get in office and put up a tent and move in for life? We need to think about that, and we need to fix it. All this stuff going on. I forgot to say, I don't know if you heard, Clarence Thomas, he's been getting money from a billionaire, he bought his mother's house. He takes them on lavish trips, spending $500,000 at a pop. And he didn't think that was something that needed to be disclosed as a Supreme Court justice. Things like that. We have gone too far. We have lost our way. I always think of it sort of like, remember when Pharaoh told Moses, take your people. Because Pharaoh was like, I'm tired of my people dying. I'm done. Go. And then they go. And he tells them, you put no God above the God. And what do? They make themselves a goat horse looking thing, And what happened? They had the consequences of those actions. I don't want our children to have to pay for a lot of the stuff that's going on. So let's figure out how to increase our consciousness so that as we have people who are aging up, we can help and support them.
Exactly.
Because I know we can. So every time we talk about this, I'm like, I don't ever want to talk about this again. Mass shootings. I tell you, and right now I'm talking to women, girls, moms. We have got to figure out how to vote and regulate gun control because men are never going to do it. It's tied to their ego. And for them to have their ego, they have to have a piece of something that makes them feel like they're in charge. So Memorial Day weekend, great opportunity for people to get out on the beach. They're in Hollywood, Florida, and 2 different groups are out at a restaurant. They start having a fight. They pull out guns. They start shooting at each other. 9 people were wounded, and of the 9, 4 were children. The youngest being 1-year-old. I want you as a female to think, how would you feel if that was your baby? And even if you're young, think about your doll. If somebody shot your doll, how would that make you feel? You wouldn't like that very much. So I'm just speechless. I can't believe we're here
as
again.
I say, it's becoming, because when we first talked about these mass shootings many years ago on our chat, it was just like the very rare occasions. But as the years have gone by, it's becoming like an everyday occurrence. And now it's the norm. It's so much of the norm that you're just hearing. It's like another shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, another shooting here. I mean, as devastating as each mass shooting is, it's still being treated nowadays as it's the norm. That's what's happening, and we should take it as an everyday occurrence now. It's not like it used to be back in the days when we had one-off shootings like Columbine, one-off shootings.
Yes, and then for years, nothing like that ever happened again.
Right.
And now it's every week.
It's pretty sad, And we've actually discussed this. Back in the days in high school or in schools, you don't prepare for these gunmen coming into your schools and shooting. You prepare for in California, you prepare for earthquakes.
Right.
That's what we prepared for, not mass gunmen shooting and everything. And it's just there's too many mass shootings to actually, if we called out every single mass shooting, it would take forever. It would take the whole of this chat to
the
talk
last
about
count
this.
I looked at, it was like 193 individuals had been shot.
Yeah, so mass shooting is categorized as 4 people being injured or tragically killed and above.
Right.
So 4 and above. But it's getting so bad. And in Dallas recently, in some school district, they usually like to hand out books to kids as just here's a book for you, just to be nice, as a little gift.
Okay.
But recently they handed out a book called Winnie the Pooh, and it was a themed book, and it was called Stay Safe.
Wow.
That was the book. Get this, on the front of the book, as you can see here, it says, stay safe, run, hide, and fight. That's what this Winnie the Pooh book was about. The kids took this home with no direction to the parents as to why they were given this book, what the reason was for this book. They were given it like, okay, it's like you're giving a gift at the end of school day. Here's a little gift for you, take it home and show mom. There was no understanding from the parent as to why it was given to them. And this book was what to do if there's an active shooter on campus. That's exactly what the book was. And on the first page, this is exactly what it said. It says, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. And then on the other page, it says, run like a rabbit, hide like Pooh, fight like Kanga and Roo. And they were trying to make you feel like you're one of the Winnie the Pooh characters.
Right.
But at the same time, you were trying to protect yourself against these armed gunmen that were coming into the school.
Right.
So this is like,
wow.
Where is this? It doesn't make sense. Who came up with this Winnie the Pooh themed book in the first place for the schools to actually hand them out to the kids as a gift? I don't think that's a gift.
I don't think that's a gift. I mean, I think it sends a very strange message to our children. I know that a lot of schools, every day they do shooting drills, every single day. So to someone who's doing a drill every day, I still don't think that's a good book.
No, it's a terrible book, because they're sending that book gives the wrong idea that this is normalized, that it's okay to send the book. It's like when someone write a book like how to be nice to your friend, how to be nice to your neighbor, how to share.
Right.
It's like it's becoming normal like that. How to share, how to stop being a bully.
Right.
Those are normalized, right?
Right.
But not gun shooting and how to run and hide like
run like a rabbit.
Being like
run like a rabbit. No.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And as we know, Texas is a special state when it comes to guns and when it comes to regulating life. I just think it's sad. We've lost our way.
Yeah.
We've lost our way.
Sad.
So, I woke up and I was looking at the television and I saw 2 structures with the middle kind of caved out. And I thought, oh, another war zone picture. God be with those people, bless them, keep them safe. And it turned out to be an apartment building in Davenport, Iowa, collapsed. And I guess you would say citizens who lived there said that they had complained because there were cracks in the walls. I mean, it looked like a bomb had hit it.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It looked like an earthquake.
Yes.
It really did. But then we find out that it imploded.
Yes.
So that's what happened all of a sudden. But you're right, there were citizens that took pictures of the cracks in the wall,
Yeah.
and no sooner had they shown the pictures, it just all of a sudden came down. And I did some investigation on this building, and it says that it was built in 1907. The structure was renovated into a mixed-use residential and commercial building. And I guess the renovations weren't as good as they thought they were, because this is what happened.
Yeah.
And they now they were thinking on Monday, because it happened, they were thinking on Monday they were deciding whether to actually demolish the whole building.
Right.
But then they recovered late Monday night, they found someone.
Right.
So they were thinking, now what do we do? Do we continue with our plan of demolishing it, or do we now go into recovery mode and look for more people?
Yeah.
Because there are 2 men that are still...
Well, there are 5 people in total that are still missing.
Right.
And yesterday, last night, this morning, they found some pets that were alive that came out.
Right.
So the concern is, are these people in a pocket where they might still be alive? I mean, we don't know. They could be on vacation. They just have not been accounted for.
Right.
So they don't want to go into a search and discover versus search and recover kind of thing. So they're still working on it, and we'll by next week I'm sure we'll have an update for you and we can share that.
Yeah, but it's pretty devastating.
It really is. I mean, you think at home you're pretty safe. The one thing for me, watching all these tornadoes, I grew up in Louisiana, in an area that used to get a tornado here and there, like every few years, not every year, and we get one. Now they're getting 45 in one night. That to me tells me that there is something so detrimentally wrong with the environment that we need to autocorrect immediately. And yet we just keep going, oh, it's just bad weather. And every time someone says that, it amazes me how fast that just pulls that energy right to their community. And then God says, let me show you what real bad weather looks like. So we'll keep an eye on it, and our thoughts and prayers is that if there is anyone in the rubbles, that they will be recovered if they're in there. Let's see. We wanted to also talk a little bit about the HMPV virus.
Yeah, there's another virus, but this is not that serious. HMPV stands for Human Meta. I'm going to pronounce this. Human Meta pneumonas virus. I hope I said that correctly. I'm not sure if I said it correctly, but that's what it stands for, and they just decided to shorten it to HMPV. You see why?
Yes.
And this is not that serious, but it's meant to last for 7 to 10 days, and it is infectious, contagious through droplets.
Okay.
So,
just like everything else.
Just like everything else, but it should last 7 to 10 days. Actually, they're saying it's quicker.
And what are the
recovery
symptoms?
time? Symptoms are more like a cough, a cold, runny nose.
Sounds like allergies too, doesn't it?
Very minor cases do people get pneumonia.
Right.
They're saying that they have seen it, but it's very minor cases. And you can just go, and if it persists longer than 10 days, 14 goes into the 14-day, go and seek your medical health professional.
Okay.
Like your doctor. So.
Yes, and after COVID we got RSV, and that's circulating pretty good. I know a lady she had it, and she's had severe symptoms for 6 weeks, and she's still battling.
Wow.
So when I'm outside, a lot of times now I still wear a mask, not from COVID, but because of my allergies. I just cannot get over how I go and I stick my face in a rose bush and then I can't breathe. And I'm like, what is this? So I don't know if it's the overpopulation of all the rain that we received and all of this stuff is just inside the plants or what. But just be careful when you're out and about. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Hopefully you have beautiful weather. Everyone's getting ready across the whole domestic USA to have 80s. Some places might even hit a 90. So enjoy the weather. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So as always, we thank you very much for the opportunity to share some time with you. You know, it's very important. We honor and respect that your time is valuable, and we are so grateful that you come and hang out with us.
Yeah.
We feel the love that we get from you. We send it back to you, running over, because we are just so grateful. Because through conversation, we can prevent this catch-all phrase, fake news. Because everything is not fake news. And we have to get back to listening to our guts and knowing what's real and what's not real.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us every week if you are a loyal supporter. And don't forget, if you're new, please consider the thumb icon. Hit that thumb icon. Please consider subscribing to our channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos. And thank you very much again.
Yes.
We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.